Looks like some 90s games. I grew up in the 90s, right? So this is old games reminded me of something lost. And then this name here, Dragoon. There was a game in the 90s called Legend of Dragoon. So I don't know if that's what he's playing off of there, but let's check this out and see what it's about anyway.
PlayStation 1 games again, and I have been really nostalgic. I have been missing a lot of childhood
There it is, right there.
memories.
That's Legend of Dragoon. Her
And in the
name's
video
Rose,
today,
I
I'm going to
believe.
try and unpack a
Yep,
bunch of stuff.
that's
The
it.
PS1 games
That's
I've
the
been
game.
playing, a few stories from when I was a kid around the PS1 era, and this idea that's been nagging at me, this thing I've been stuck in. It's
Probably the best
nostalgic,
era of
for
gaming.
sure, but the idea of missing being a kid for certain things, the feeling of discovery, the wonder, and the simple joy.
I still
And is
have
there
those
a way
things.
to kind of cultivate that as an adult without
Yeah.
living in the past and without messing up responsibilities and stuff? So I found an old CD case full of my childhood PlayStation 1 games, and I started to throw a few into the old PlayStation 2 that I had when I was a kid, and it is cool. Let me just talk about a few real quick. Wipeout, 1995,
I don't know if I played this
PlayStation's
one.
version of F-Zero.
There was something like this called Jet Moto. That's what I thought this was at first, but I don't know if I played this actual game here.
Sweet futuristic racing game. They have music from the Chemical Brothers and a bunch of other people. And it's a great, short, tight little experience. 30 minutes and you're done. You can reach the credits after just going through all the tracks once. And there's something like nice about that. If any of you have
Yeah.
played older retro era games, you know there's this more arcadey sense of
Yeah.
you play the game because it's fun and you're done. And when it's done, it's done.
you can
You
go
either
back
enjoyed it
outside and
enough
ride
to
your
play it
bike.
again on another session, or you just kind of move on. I like that. It's
Yeah,
a
the
little
arcade,
refreshing.
that's a good way to
Obviously,
put it.
today there are many gaming experiences that feel endless. Battle passes, live service, all that stuff.
It's different.
I've been playing The Legend of Dragoon again. This
Yes.
game I loved when I was a kid.
Dart.
JRPG from
Was it Albert?
1999.
Prince
And I
Albert
will tell
who
you
turns
what,
into
I'm
Lavitz.
10 hours in, it is so slow. The battles take forever.
Yeah.
The loading screens just linger. Everything moves at a crawl. And you would think with
We weren't in a hurry back then though. You know what I mean? Like you used to have to read every bit of dialogue. There really wasn't many voice actors anyway, in the games I played. So you had to do a bit of reading, a lot of reading. And yeah, it did go slower pace and you had to think, solve puzzles. It was just it was great, honestly.
like modern game design sensibilities, you'd be impatient. You'd be like, "Oh, this is aged
Here it
really
is.
poorly."
Welcome, Lavitch. You can come at
Instead,
night, fulfilling the wishes of your late
kind of
father
amazing.
and serve I.
it's forcing me to slow down and just soak in the experience the way I did when I was a kid. To just listen to the music,
One,
to
two,
look
three,
at those pre-rendered backgrounds. Even
The
really
backgrounds were
bad
always
text
stellar.
translations.
You guys did such a
I'm
good job with those
appreciating more.
backgrounds.
In a world where everything is so fast and our attention is always divided, this game is giving me a chance to be present and
The scenery, the backdrop, and the music are like they did such a good job with these things back then.
to slow down and to soak in something from the past where I just sit on the floor playing this game, loving it. I played some Klonoa, The Door to Phantomile. This is a really cool 2.5D platformer.
Never played this one.
Einhander. This is a PlayStation 1 shoot 'em up that you would absolutely see at like an arcade, at a pizza shop, or a bowling alley. Can't wait to play Metal Gear Solid next. Last time I
Yeah.
played that was 2011 on the PS3. And I'm playing it on the PlayStation 2, which has most of the PS1 hardware on board, except for the GPU. So you're getting incredible sound. It's so much nicer than emulation. It's triggering MIDI files that are running through the sound chip, like the PS1 sound chip, and it's got the reverb, and it's really, really cool. Now, my cousin visited when I was a kid. I would see him a few times a year. He lived internationally. It was really fun, and we would always game. Right? I remember playing NHL 98 on the PS1 with him. But one summer in particular, he brought his PS1 after he'd been living abroad, and he had a modded PS1. It could play import games. He started to unfold this soft Dance Dance Revolution mat, plugs it into the PlayStation 1, throws in a disc, and it's a Japanese copy of Dance Dance Revolution. And let me tell you, my mind was blown.
Yeah.
I'd never seen DDR, so I had no idea you could play a game with your feet.
I played that a
And then
couple
also
times.
seeing a Japanese game with Japanese text on the menus playing, my whole world and entire notion of what gaming could be was shattered that day. It is one of my favorite gaming memories. It felt limitless, like there were this completely open-ended, no limitations world out there for games. And it brings me back to that sense of nostalgia. Because I miss a lot of those feelings, the joy, the wonder, the possibilities, a lot of those things that you just take for granted when you're a kid. And I know you can't live in the past. You have to grow up. You have to be able to juggle responsibilities and do all these things.
I don't know. I still
Just
have
this
all
morning,
those things.
I was like journaling and I was thinking about this because I've been playing the PS1. Would that younger self, that younger version of me, be stoked about who I am today? Like, would that younger self still have that sense of like possibility and joy and all that stuff? Because I'll be honest, from 2020 onward, life has been different. It feels tough. Everything is so expensive, and it's a continual grind just to try and keep up with the cost of food,
True.
housing, and all of these things. It's just brutal. And ultimately, the
Harder than it
nostalgia
needs to be, for sure.
is getting at the fact that when you're a kid, you experience life differently. When you played a game, you weren't that worried about responsibilities. You didn't have a to-do list. You weren't thinking about your bills, the email inbox, or the weight of the world. You were just playing. That's obvious, okay? And it's very easy to look back with rose-colored glasses because not every era is just pure joy. There's always...
Now let's just be honest and cut the crap. Life was better back then, and it's for all the reasons he's saying. Like just the economy, everything was more stable, more practical, just better. Yeah, life was easier back then. That's not rose-colored bull crap. That's just reality. And we got work to do. We got to get back to where we once belonged, man. I'm wondering, I'm wondering if he played Final Fantasy VII because that came out like right before this game, Legend of Dragoon. And I mean, you can't really love the PS1 without loving Final Fantasy VII. I don't. Maybe he never played it. I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty cool video. Speaking of games, though, I want to show you guys this. This is a game I've been streaming for the past week or so. It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and it's really funny. It's really well done, and kind of like what he was saying is like it it has a new level of exploration and kind of wonder to it. It's like it's new, it's fresh. It's a fresh game, and I actually there was a Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 that came out, I think they said 2018 or something like that, but I didn't even know about it. This just hit me out of nowhere about a week ago. I downloaded it and I'm loving it. This is a little clip from it.
You have no business poking around in there. You better pay me compensation, you blackguard.
It's like,
Show's over, boys.
you calling
Are
him
you
blackguard?
deaf? I really will call the guards.
Yeah, moving out.
Hurry up.
I don't even, like, this game just keeps getting harder.
Help!
Guys, I'm just trying to get some clothes.
Give up, or I'll report you. This is your last chance.
What do you want from me?
Hold on. Let's talk about this.
That's the third time I've been landed in the stockade thus far, and it's good. It's a rough journey so far, but it's been good. I never played a game like this. This is one of those games where like every decision counts. Like you can go this way down a dark path and be like a villainous type, just killing people, or you can go the harder way maybe, and you don't have as much money, which is the way I'm going, and then you end up in places trying to get clothes, thrown in the stockades, and bleeding out because you have no money for bandages, things like this. But yeah, it's a really immersive game, and I love knights and castles and that that time period has always resonated with me. Almost, I don't even know why, but yeah. So I'm happy to be there. And if you want to check out the kingdom, if you want to spend a day in the kingdom, I'm probably gonna be playing tonight.